This is a quick screencast of my ULearn presentation about Twitter. Twitter for teachers, really. Pause on this. This is a short quote. This is a YouTube movie that you can visit. And this is a Comment Craft video about what Twitter is, and you can have a look at this later as well. So who tweets? This is just a screenshot of some people who are on my Twitter list, some Kiwis, some Aussies, some people from the US, and just a very tiny group of people who I follow, including Core Ed, who are running the ULearn conferences. I conducted a survey in June about Twitter, and I conducted it via Twitter over 3 days and got 85 responses. I asked people how long had they been tweeting. Interesting to note that a high percentage had been tweeting for 1 to 2 years, and an equally high percentage less than a year. I also asked about their occupation. Note that the percentage of ICT facilitators, about 1/3 of them were also classroom teachers. And I asked them 4 key questions. Why do people tweet? And these 5 areas, connection, collaboration, collegiality, information and fun, are the broad areas that people's reasons came down into. For each of these I'm picking out one idea. So connection is to do with keeping your thinking fresh, interacting with people, especially people you don't normally get a chance to interact with. Collaboration and collegiality. The real-time conversations that you can have with people, sometimes even from within the classroom, if your school allows you to use your cell phone, quite amazing. I have a friend on Twitter who talks about how when he was wanting to know exactly what time Neil Armstrong stepped on the moon, he sent a tweet out in the middle of his classroom, and he got a reply from NASA to tell him the exact moment that it happened. That's real time. Something that's very important for those of us who are classroom teachers is creating that wider audience for our class blogs, expanding their horizons, and the thrill for the kids when they realise that somebody from the other side of the world has visited what they've written and commented on it is immense. And that amazing snapshot of what is happening in life right now. There are social and fun reasons too, of course, and these are just some of them, but I'm going to pick out this one here because I find that I go down new tracks, and I look at things that I didn't think I was interested in because somebody has tweeted about it and been really excited about it, and so I've gone, oh, well, maybe that's a little bit more interesting than I thought it was. I found out so much new information, and it's fantastic. How does it help me professionally? This one here, that tearing down those walls of the classroom, is fantastic. Example from my own classroom is that next term we're going to have 2 students from a university in Saskatchewan working long distance with the students in my classroom in Kapiti, New Zealand. And that's a connection that happened through Twitter and could not have happened outside of Twitter. This is the another important, being able to connect to people who are really on the cutting edge of what's happening in education. This is the ideas as they come. We don't have to wait 6 months for a magazine article. We're finding out about it as it's happening. Here's another fantastic way that Twitter works, and this is one that happens to us all the time. My example of this is from yesterday, where I was reading a tweet from Jenny to Michael about his birthday. She commented that Justine had commented on his birthday. I had a look at Justine's tweets. She was commenting on something with Kelly. I had a look at Kelly's tweets. She had posted a link to a wiki with some Web 2.0 tools, and I, being into Web 2.0, went and had a look at that link and found another link to a tool to use with Flickr, and in the space of something like 5 minutes had come up with something that I'm going to do in my classroom next term for our topic idea. This is the stealing of ideas and gaining ideas and the collaboration that happens. The other thing I want to say is that Twitter is very reflective. We do a lot of reflective practice. We talk about what's gone right, what's gone wrong, what we're going to do to make it better all the time. It's the most amazing way to reflect on our own practice. And this is another one, another reason to use Twitter is if you're needing some inspiration, you have a problem, and it can be a technical problem, it can be a problem with something happening in your classroom, it can be any kind of a problem in fact, and you can go to your PLN on Twitter and you will get answers. Who should I follow besides me? Or who should you follow besides me? These are just a few people. My survey came up with 162 names, so these were the top 14 names. I asked for advice, and I divided the advice into two sections: for newbies from newbies. Make connections with people with similar interests, and that's outside of school interests perhaps. For instance, if you're interested in rugby, who's tweeting about rugby? Cycling, fishing. I'm interested in geocaching, and so I have some people on my Twitter list who are geocachers. From Old Hands, they say, give yourself time to develop connections. It might take a little bit of time, but that's okay. Just give yourself time and you'll be right. Some final words. 140 characters leads to tight, focused writing and thinking. And it really does. If you want to say what you want to say in one tweet, you've got to get it in 140 characters. This is a poem, and in my workshop it's actually a soundbite with the guy who wrote the poem speaking, but I'll just pause here. Or you can pause the video. And if you want to follow Kevin, that's his Twitter handle. And if you want to contact me, please do. That's my Twitter handle at KiwiJoe90, twitter.com, where you can go to sign up. And if you do sign up after being part of my workshop or watching this screencast, please contact me. It'd be really cool to know that people have come on board onto Twitter because of this. Thank you.